The moon hung low over Umwaro village, casting pale lights over the Okenwa compound. Everyone was asleep, except Chisom, who sat outside, staring into the dying embers of the cooking fire. Suddenly, she heard a faint voice, her father's voice. "Chisom, my child." She froze. The wind rustled the leaves of the udala tree. "Papa?" she whispered. The voice came again, softer this time, carried by the wind. Then, a shadow moved near the tree. Chisom jumped up and ran inside, heart pounding. She didn't sleep till dawn. At sunrise, a motorcycle roared into the compound. It was Namdi, her elder brother, his face hard with exhaustion. He called for a family meeting. "I've spoken to Dibia Ikene again," he announced. He said the curse has not ended. If we don't cleanse it before the next full moon, more blood will spill. Mama Okenwa sighed heavily. "And what must we do this time?" Namdi replied, "We must find where the ashes of that calabash fell. Then we must offer a cleansing at the river where the spirit was first called." Ngozi, who had been quiet, suddenly laughed bitterly. "River cleansing? When the dead already walk in this compound? Namdi, you think you can buy peace with goats and cowries?" Chisom turned to her. "Then what do you suggest?" Ngozi's eyes gleamed strangely. "Maybe the dead want to speak for themselves." Her words chilled everyone. That night, Ngozi began screaming again. "He is here! He's standing by my window!" she cried. Chisom and her husband rushed to her room, but found her standing in the corner, trembling. "Who's here?" Chisom asked. "Papa," Ngozi whispered. "He said I should follow him to the river. He said it's time." Her mother held her tight. "No, my child, no, you won't go anywhere." But Ngozi began to shake violently, speaking in a voice that wasn't hers. "You burnt the calabash, but you never buried the anger. Until the truth flows like water, peace will not return." The lamps flickered, the scent of kerosene filled the air, and a sudden wind blew open the windows. Everyone fell silent. By dawn, Ngozi had fainted. The next day, Namdi led the family to Eke River, carrying a white goat, palm oil, and a pot of clean water. Dibia Ikene met them there, his body painted with chalk. He sprinkled water on the ground and chanted, calling upon the ancestors. Then he turned to Chisom. "You, the bride whose joy was buried, take this stone and speak your truth." Chisom knelt and said, "I forgive whoever caused my father's death. I forgive even if it was blood of my blood." The Dibia nodded. Forgiveness breaks the strongest chain, but the one who tied it must untie it. Everyone turned to Ngozi. Her face was pale, her eyes distant. "I didn't mean harm," Ngozi said. "I was only jealous. I wanted to delay her wedding so I could marry first. They said the charm was harmless, just to confuse her husband's mind. But Papa burnt it. I didn't know it would cost his life." Tears streamed down her face. "Please, Papa, forgive me." Suddenly, a whirl of wind arose from the river. The goat bleated and broke free, running into the water. The waves foamed as if boiling. The Dibia shouted, "The spirit is appeased. No more blood shall fall." Everyone sighed of relief. But that night, the river didn't rest. 2 days later, Ngozi began acting strange again. She would sit outside talking to empty air, saying she was speaking with her father. She told her mother, "He says he forgives me, but I must bring him something precious so he can rest." "What precious thing?" Mama Okenwa asked. Ngozi smiled sadly. "My life." Her mother screamed and held her tight, but Ngozi gently removed her hands. It's the only way to clean the ashes completely, she said. At night, she disappeared. Before dawn, villagers found Ngozi walking barefoot on the road to the river. Her white wrapper was soaked in dew and her eyes looked lost. One farmer tried to stop her. "Ngozi, where are you going?" She only smiled. "To fetch peace for my family." When they looked again, she was gone into the mist. Moments later, a loud crash echoed from the road. A speeding lorry had struck someone. The news spread like wildfire. Ngozi was gone. For days, the Okenwa compound was filled with wailing. Mama Okenwa refused to eat. Chisom sat alone, staring at her wedding picture. Her husband came to her side. "Don't drown yourself in sorrow. We can't undo what happened." Chisom wiped her tears. "My marriage took 2 lives, my father and my sister. How can I celebrate again?" He placed a hand on her shoulder. "By forgiving, not forgetting. Your father's soul rests now because you forgave." She looked up at the sky. The same udala tree rustled softly, its fruits falling to the ground as if in blessing. Time moved on. Chisom had 3 children now. Every year, on her wedding anniversary, she visited the udala tree with her family. She placed flowers and poured palm wine on the ground, whispering, "Papa, Ngozi, may peace remain with you. I have forgiven you both." Her children always asked, "Mama, why do you cry on your anniversary?" And she would smile through her tears and say, "Because love is powerful, but when love turns bitter, even the spirits weep." The elders of Umuaro say that sometimes, on quiet nights, if you pass the Okenwa compound, you will hear a woman's voice singing softly by the udala tree. They say it's Ngozi's spirit watching over her sister and family, finally at peace. And so the story goes. Jealousy is a seed that grows into a forest of sorrow. When love turns to envy, even the gods withdraw their blessings.